In 1979, I thought I might be pregnant. I don't remember if over-the-counter tests were available then, but I would have been too embarrassed to buy one anyway. So I went to the Northern Virginia Women's Medical Center for a free pregnancy test. It turned out to be the most expensive test I could have taken. The counseling they provided was this: your test is positive. Do you want to continue or terminate? I was 20 years old, working full-time, attending community college after dropping out of high school. I didn't want to have a baby, and I was still living at home, and I sure didn't want to tell my parents I was pregnant, so I said, terminate. Make it go away. I did ask them if it was a baby, and they told me it was just 2 months backed up period, but that I needed to make an appointment as soon as possible. So I made one for the next week. I asked how much it would hurt, and they said, no more than bad menstrual cramps. So I only took the morning off from work. A couple of Midol, I'll be fine, right? I told my boyfriend of a year and a half that I was pregnant, but the idea of doing anything but having an abortion was just ridiculous to him, so I kept my appointment. I met the doctor for the first time when I was on the table. Surely he must have at least introduced himself, but I don't remember it. So much for that between a woman and her doctor thing. He certainly wasn't my doctor. They told me I was 8 weeks pregnant, and it was a suction abortion. It hurt so badly that I couldn't stop crying, so they made me leave. I guess they were afraid I'd upset the other women. I sat in my car crying for probably an hour before I could drive. I had to call my job and tell them I would not be in after all, and I had to tell my manager why. That was the first time I felt ashamed. Shortly after my abortion, my mother found that she was pregnant with my youngest sister, who was born in February 1980. For the last 30 years, when I've seen my sister, I've seen what my own child could have been like, at 2, at 5, at 10, 15, 20. I love my sister, but I'll never be able to look at her without thinking of my own child. My only child, because even after fertility treatment, the physical damage from that abortion and the IUD that followed prevented me from having another. If only I had known that making that choice would have ended all other choices. My sister got married a few years ago. I wonder who my own child would have married. Years of promiscuity and drug abuse followed. How much of that was due to the cowardice that caused me to choose abortion, and how much of that was due to the emotional pain of it is something that only God can answer. Thank God that I did find Him, and His forgiveness for all my sins, including that one. I have also forgiven myself, but the regret will never end. Abortion is a permanent choice. You can never unchoose, and you will never forget. And that's why I am silent no more.